So just another minute, and we are really, really excited to have you on here. Thanks so much for being here. I know there are quite a few of you parents who wanted to learn about how to empower and protect your children with essential oils, and maybe this time wasn't exactly working for you, but really excited and grateful to have you, whether you're on live or whether you are watching the recording. So really honored, like I said, to be able to share this knowledge, which is probably the most important knowledge I have been given in my life as a mother. So this is something that means the world to me, and I'm very grateful to be working partnered with the amazing Queen, Empress Alicia. Go ahead and if you want, unmute yourself. Welcome everybody. Super, super grateful to be partnered with you, Alicia, Queen. All right, well, I don't know, I can see. Hey, Fatima. Hey, everybody. Hey, Quinchelle. All right.
Hi.
Oh, lost my screen sharing. Sorry, guys. I did have there we go. There's my screen, that cutie on the screen there. Okay, let's go to the next slide, please. There we go. So, like I mentioned, so Queen and I have partnered together to teach you about how essential oils are the perfect way for you to start taking a more natural approach for your family so that you can replace fear with confidence, which means that you will have the peace of mind of being in control of your health. This is a journey that I have been on for the past 11 years, and I know Queen has as well for many, many years, teaching people about natural health. And together we felt really called to speak to all the parents today. And really, there's so much power in teaching the next generation a healthy way to care for their bodies, right? So I did want to just, I can see, Queen, if you're on with us, my dear, would love for you to welcome the group. Maybe I'll just shoot her a text message. Make sure, I love hearing from her, so I don't want to move on without her. All right, well, we'll see. Okay, moving on. So I want to share a little bit about my experience of this moment that I came to as a new mom. And this is a picture of me with a very pregnant belly, as you can see. I'm actually the mother of 5 boys. And as a mother of 5 boys, I'm always looking for ways to raise them to be conscious, healthy, respectful, beautiful young men. There you are, beautiful Queen. Hello, hello. Okay, let's go back one. I want to make sure that you get a proper introduction and just share with the group your heart and the way that you channeled this idea and the way that it came forward. So please, we'll go back to you.
Absolutely. So greetings, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, yes. Thank all of you all for coming. I just got about 25 additional people that are realizing at the last minute, oh my goodness, I want to come, I want to come. So please forgive my tardiness. I am so graced and excited to be able to present this opportunity to you. Kirsten actually presented it to me. And I had several people that I'm close to who sell doTERRA oils. And I just did not want to have to make a choice because never was anything the right choice. So you got 8 people who all want you to make the same decision. I was like, let's choose her. And it was really great. So it has been so amazing. I have been able to open doors for a lot of single mothers, a lot of married mothers, a lot of families who want to see additional income, but they want to create an opportunity for their children to heal. My heart is to see us heal as a nation. This is why I do this. I want to see all of us win. And so when I started dealing with the oils just myself, I was dealing with an iron deficiency. I was dealing with some, a few other health issues that I had been doing herbs for. But I found once I started the oils, because the oils are going directly into my cells, directly into my bloodstream, it was like, wait a minute, this stuff works. And so I am so excited. Literally about, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, the thought channeled through to me to have this class. So I want you to know how huge it is that you're here, because you are a part of a divine channel. So you can't just go online and find other doTERRA representatives doing this, because Spirit gave this to us. So I'm so glad to have you here. I'm so excited about your children, because see, our parents did as well as they could with the information that they had. And so when we learn to do better, that's what we do. So we're giving you the opportunity to learn how not to chalk your children full of baby aspirins and all of these other things, but to be able to use the oils so you can tap intuitively into your child and further connect and put your morals, your characters, your love into your child and deal with what really hurts. So thank you so much for coming. I believe we're going to be recording this one, because a lot of moms and dads were not able to come because they're working today. And we're going to give you a lot of information, so don't glaze over. Just know that I will repost it so you can go back and listen, but just listen from your heart. Look at the opportunities that you have to bless your babies and your grandbabies. And thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to do it. Thank you, Kirsten.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. I am honored to be here. So let's jump into our material. I was taking you to a place where I actually was pregnant with my third baby. So you guys are going to see a sneak peek. I don't show everyone this picture. I look back on it now and I say, wow, that was beautiful. But at the time, I was not feeling beautiful. I was feeling like a beached whale with these 2 boys just circulating around me and feeling so vulnerable. Truly, I mean, is there anything more vulnerable and yet godlike and powerful as a woman creating life? It's just the most beautiful thing ever. And there is so much power and energy around it and through it. And I knew in my heart that I needed to learn some new skills. Like it was time, you know, no more hiding, no more just pretending or doing what my mom did or her mom did. You know, it was time for me to take everything I had learned from that point, you know, and move forward with power and clarity and focus to raise this new generation. And I had these 2 little boys that kept getting, for me, it was just ear infection. Their poor little ears, their drainage, it was not working and they kept getting sick. The old way for me was to continually take them to the doctor. Go to the doctor, go to the doctor again, get them on an antibiotic, get them on another antibiotic, pump them full of that baby aspirin, that baby Tylenol, whatever I can do from my pure mama heart. Of course, like all the best, whatever I could do. But when we know better, we do better, right? And so once I knew better, I knew there had to be a better way. And so that's when I started to go ahead, and I have someone controlling my slides. So yes, so that's when I had 2 more children. No, this is my family. And these are all of my sons and my husband, Kyle, who's actually on with us as well. You can thank him for the content and the organization of this material. He's amazing. But anyway, as I have been raising this next generation of human beings, I have been realizing how important it is to be empowered with the very best tools to take care of them. And both from an emotional perspective, a physical perspective, I need them to understand that we are sovereign beings, that we have everything, all the potential within us to be discovered, to learn how to care for our bodies. So as I embody this knowledge for myself, then I also give that knowledge to my children and pass that down to the next generation and really create this enlightened next generation. These are the beings who are put on this earth for this purpose. And I feel honored actually to be able to use these tools to help empower them. So as we move forward, we actually got to study a little bit about what's going on in our world as parents. The New England Journal of Medicine teaches us that for the first time in 2 centuries, the current generation of children in America may have shorter life expectancies than their parents. What? Like how? I mean, I just grew up with the belief of like, oh yeah, we're getting healthier, we're getting better, we're getting smarter, you know? There is something missing. It is clear, it is obvious. It is not a conspiracy theory. It is not some whimsical out there. It is obvious. There is something missing in our healthcare system, isn't there? Families are starting to wake up, which is really why all of you are on here, right? It's why you follow Queen. It's why you're looking online. You're trying to find new ways to use things. You're searching. We are seeking. What you need to understand is that the biggest and fastest growing part of America's drug problem is actually prescription drug abuse. So we don't give our 4-year-old, you know, Vicodin or whatever, but what do we do when we teach them, oh, well, take this pill, take this pill, take this pill, shoot this in your body, shoot this in your body. We're programming from a very young age that these pills will always be the answer. Are we not? But the number of overdose deaths from painkillers more than tripled a decade ago. And I need to update my stats. I guarantee you it's more. And the truth is, and this is the one that breaks my heart because I have preschool age children. I know moms that are in this situation, and I know that each of you are simply seeking what is best. No one intentionally hurts their own children. Nobody tries. We're all just doing our best. But the truth is that the preschool age children are the fastest growing age group being prescribed antidepressants. And that's from the National Mental Health Association. That's not my opinion. That's what's going on. I don't listen to the news a whole lot, but I'm actually at my parents' home in Utah. I'm helping them move into a new home this week. And so I've been, you know, in their world, and they listen to the news, and all I hear on the news is our children have anxiety, our children are depressed. And then like the next thing is a pharmaceutical drug commercial. Like this whole thing is set up, and it's pissing me off, to be honest with you. And it's why I will never, ever stop teaching this information. I don't care if only one person listens to me. I know what I'm talking about. We are living this, and we are giving our kids too many drugs. So you have choices. And if I teach you nothing else today, I just want you to think about that. Think about the choices you have. So currently, the modern approach to healthcare is simply designed to manage your symptoms. All of these drugs are made from chemicals. And there's lots of side effects. There's side effects that are known, that they print on the labels, and there's a lot of side effects that are unknown that we may not find out for, you know, for another decade or two, right? But we spend as a global economy $6.5 trillion dollars a year on our global healthcare system. Are we healthier? I mean, I'm like, hello, the last few months, the answer is no. Our country is shut down because we're not healthier, because our bodies are supposedly unable to handle a virus. Okay, there's a problem here with our system, and we are waking up from that, aren't we? So the approach that I want to teach you today, the natural approach, the approach that was put on the earth from the beginning, the plants, the trees, the flowers, the earth that is made to heal us. These plant medicines address our body's needs, not only the root cause, not only the symptom, like, oh, I have a sore throat, or I have a headache, or my stomach hurts, or whatever that is, but the root cause of why you are experiencing that on all levels, metaphysical, all of the levels, right? These plants are put on the earth to enhance our physical and our emotional health. And these plants are safe. They don't have the negative side effects. In fact, they have a lot of side benefits. So this simple circle is nature produces it. It addresses our root cause, what's going on in our body from a deep spiritual, internal, energetic level. And it allows our body to meet its own needs because our bodies are created to heal themselves. That's how this plant medicine works in your body, okay? So let's talk a little bit more Really, there's three amazing things I want you to understand about essential oils. First of all, they are safer. They are much safer than over-the-counter chemicals and pharmaceutical chemicals that you're putting in your body. They're very effective. As Queen mentioned, she had used a lot of herbs before, which were great, but the oils, the living vibrational frequency of oils, it's like amazing what it does to your cells on every level, especially for your children, because they are such pure vessels. They do receive it, I think, better than we do, to be honest. They're also quite less expensive than most over-the-counter medicines, and they don't expire. So I've got this beautiful medicine cabinet in my home, and it's just there for me all the time. I'm not having to, go through my expired drugs and rebuy them because they expire. So they are less expensive, effective, and safer. Let's go a little bit more into what are essential oils. So if this is like your first look at what essential oils are. So they are natural aromatic compounds that are extracted and distilled from plants for their health benefits. So this is a picture of a peppermint leaf, as you can see. And if you magnified that peppermint leaf up really, really bright, you could actually see little oil sacs on that peppermint leaf. So if you rubbed your hand on it, smelled it, you would smell that oil. That's actually where peppermint oil comes from, is just right on the top of that peppermint plant. That oil serves as a protection to that peppermint plant. Isn't that cool? So essential oils contain hundreds of different compounds. So what I want you to understand is medicine contains one, maybe two active ingredients. Okay, so if you take a medicine, it's like, okay, I'm going to get this benefit from this one active ingredient. When you use the whole plant, you're getting hundreds of different active ingredients. Some of them you don't even know. They're just amazing. You're healing your head and your heart and your, root chakra and all the things, at the same time. And it provides a very, very versatile healing experience for our bodies, and our bodies cannot build up a resistance to the essential oil. So if you use it over and over and over, you don't build up a resistance to it as you would a pharmaceutical drug, because there's so many different pathways and things that the oils use to heal your body. Now, a little biology lesson for you, because this actually really matters to me. When you saw me as that big pregnant mama in that picture before, what I was dealing with was a lot of different bacterial and viral infections with my children. And what I want you to understand, this picture of this cell, you've got two different threats going on here. The green blob is your bacterial infection, okay? Bacterial infections occur on the outside of your cell. A cell has an oily membrane, which is called lipophilic, so it protects the cell. A virus actually lives on the inside of your cell, okay? So when you take an antibiotic, or most pharmaceutical drugs or over-the-counter medicines, they are primarily a water-based medicine. Water and oil does not mix, right? So a water-based medicine can go to the outside of a cell, the green blob, and clean off that bacteria. Usually antibiotics will work pretty well for a bacterial infection, but they don't work on viruses. They never do. And I always wondered why. Why can't I take an antibiotic or a medicine for a virus? And the truth is because your cells are lipophilic. The water does not penetrate the oil. But what mixes with oil? Oil, hello. Yeah, especially the purity and potency of doTERRA's essential oils. So those oils can not only pass through the cell membrane to stop that virus from replicating on the inside of your cell, but because they are so versatile, your body does not build up a resistance. So when you use them to clear off the bacteria, you're not killing the good bacteria and the bad bacteria in your body, which I think is very important. So that's one reason why essential oils work so well in your body on both bacteria and viruses. And they're very, very potent. In fact, one drop of that peppermint essential oil is equal to 28 cups of peppermint tea. Think about that. I know. Yeah. So it's very, very, very potent, powerful, and wonderful. It works in all the cells of your body. And it's just amazing the way it works. Now, I did mention that the quality with the purity and potency of doTERRA's essential oils really does matter. It's not, we're not just talking about going down to Walmart or Whole Foods even and buying some essential oil off the shelf. We're not going to do that. And here's why. Most essential oils are synthetically created in a laboratory. Your lavender is most likely synthetically chemically created to smell like lavender, whereas an actual pure potent extract from the lavender plant will have many different smells and many different variations depending on where it was grown and what time of year it was harvested. Sometimes what time of day it is harvested affects the purity and potency. So most oils are synthetic. You've got that little green food grade standard, which you know is generally regarded as safe. The food grade standard oils are good for flavoring foods, but not for giving you a medical benefit. A small portion of essential oils are used for therapeutic usage, which is great. So if you've ever, smelled a lavender plant and felt calm, or smelled a lavender oil and felt calm, that was a therapeutic grade oil. That's wonderful. We love lots of different oils. I would say like most commonly used are like a Now brand of oils. You can get some of those effects that can be very helpful. But what is important when we are using oils on our children and ourselves as well is a standard of quality that guarantees that these plants that we're getting the oils from are harvested in their natural habitat, that they are verified, pure, free of fillers and harmful contaminants. And I don't know about you, but for me, it's like stringent third-party test. I need to know for sure I'm going to put this oil in or on or around my child, that they've been tested. I'm not going to get some surprise recall later, like you get with a lot of the over-counter medicines. So one thing I want to point out to you that really matters to me, especially my mama heart, I know that when I'm using these oils from where they're grown indigenously throughout the world, that I am supporting families around the world. It's like buying local, but on an international scale. And I personally met many of these families as I've been able to travel to different countries like Guatemala and Bulgaria, Italy, and some others where we source these plants from. And I get to meet those families and see how this art and science has been in their family for generations. And it's just a beautiful thing to be able to support them with these oils and the production of them, which then allows them to build more schools and hospitals and homes in these communities. Rather than farming them out to big corporations, we're going directly to these farmers. And we know that these plants are the very, very best species and like I said, the way that they're harvested. So this is a whole science right here. I won't take more time here, but this is a beautiful thing that we do with our essential oils. So we can move on from that. So I want to teach you the 3 ways to use essential oils, and then we're going to dive into the exact oils, when to use them, how to use them, and all of that. So we'll jump into the first way that we use essential oils, and you're going to see when I show you the oils that I use on my children, how to use these aromatically. Now, we can use aromatic oils to open our airways. We can use them to boost our mood, to freshen or clean the air. And if you don't believe me that your sense of smell is very powerful, look at this. When you smell a rose, for example, it goes directly into your nasal cavity. It hits your olfactory bulb, and that olfactory bulb triggers your limbic system. It goes directly into your brain, and your limbic system is made up of all of these different areas in your brain. Now, if you don't want to remember the thalamus and the hypothalamus and all that, what you need to understand is these areas of your brain are responsible in some part to your emotions and your emotional memory as well. So as we are raising these children, I don't know about you, but I'm using language, aromas, anything that I can to trigger positive responses, to declutter their mind from whatever was poured into their mind that day, and to give them the tools to connect to their higher source. This limbic system is one of the older systems actually in our brain. It was created for many beautiful uses, and using aromatic tools triggers that brain instantly and can really help to clear out generational traumas and memories of a great way to use oils. All right, moving on. The next way we use oils is topically. I use these oils on my children topically every single day. And you'll see how they're set up. They make it so easy to use them. I apply the oils to my children's feet. I apply them along their spine and the back of their neck. Sometimes I'll apply them to their temple if we're having some head discomfort. I'll apply them directly to their tummy if we're having some digestive discomfort. So topically is a great way to physically, support your children's bodies. And the third way that we use essential oils is internally. So internally, I would say I use them a little bit on my children internally, but I would say that's probably the least way. You can use doTERRA's oils internally. I use them on myself internally a lot. For my children, I may put like a drop of lemon or On Guard oil in like some water or juice of some kind. I do cook with the oils a lot, so they get that use internally as well. For me, I drop it in my water, I drop it under my tongue, I put it in a little veggie capsule, I swallow it down every day. I'm cleansing my insides as I cleanse my outsides. And using oils internally is a beautiful way to support your immune system, your digestive system, and a lot of the other systems in your body. So those are the three ways we use oils: aromatically, topically, and internally. Now, I want to teach you about a collection of oils that I have in my home that I use on my children every day. And what's more important than what I use on my children is what I teach my children to use on themselves. Okay, so these oils are specifically formulated for children to use safely on their own. They're diluted and they are specifically formulated to show them that they can be empowered themselves. So let's go. Yeah, so we have the first one is called Thinker. And so when my children are having a hard time concentrating on their homework, or even, I don't know about you, but my kids are obsessed with video games and I can't control it. I'm just gonna let you, well, I try to control it, okay? But I support them with their passion for video games. You know, there is a healthy way for them to participate in all those things. So when we use Thinker in our home, it helps. Yes, we all need it for ourselves, right, Marie? So it helps to prevent mental distraction. It instills a sense of alertness and focus, and it helps reduce feelings of mental stress. So Thinker includes oils that are a vetiver is a root. It actually comes from Haiti. It's a grass and a root, and it's so grounding. I use vetiver alone, actually. Just vetiver alone knocks me out if I need to get an extra good night's sleep. So vetiver is a very grounding oil. Peppermint is also clarifying and energizing. So imagine getting a grounded clarification for your child. Clementine and rosemary. Rosemary is very good for memory. Clementine is a citrus oil. So citrus oils are happy. So now we've got a grounded, clarified, happy, good memory. Okay, so does that make sense for you? And that's what each of those oils individually do. And it's beautifully formulated to help our children think and focus better.
Hey, I just wanted to say, this is Kyle, Kirsten's husband. And I haven't gotten ready for the day, and so I'm not going to turn my video on. But I think that all of us as parents have seen when our kids play video games and then they try to transition to something different, like their brains they're operating from like this place that's like really hectic, right? And so if we like ask them to go do something, like very often they'll throw a fit, or we ask them to get in the car and they're like, they just lose their minds, right? Their minds can't handle like all the stimulation. And so providing them with a tool that helps them transition to the next step, right? Instead of getting in an argument or disciplining them, often, right, we just get frustrated and we're like, okay, then you can go to your room for the rest of the month, right? Or something. And so giving them like a tool that can help them emotionally is really powerful. I don't know if you remembered seeing the slide where Kirsten talked about how to use it aromatically. But when you use oils aromatically, it's one of the only ways that it can impact a part of your brain, your amygdala. And your amygdala is like where fear, PTSD, where a lot of these things are stored in your brain. and your sense of smell triggers it. And so even though it might seem like something very, very insignificant as we talk about oils, right, in these plants, the way that they operate in our brain is incredible. I mean, you can see somebody's emotional state change immediately. We have a friend that is a doctor of psychology that uses the oils because of how they work on people's brains. So I just kind of wanted to share that, not to distract us or anything.
That was super helpful, Kyle. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, please feel free to chime in anytime. I love it. Okay, so let's move on to Calmer. And I want you to think about these names. They're named for your children, not necessarily just for adults. It's the child who's like, oh my gosh, I need Calmer. So Calmer creates a restful atmosphere at bedtime, or like Kyle mentioned, in the car. It is a relaxing and positive aroma, and it provides a soothing environment. So we're not surprised to see the first ingredient in Calmer is lavender. Right? Lavender is all things calming. And Cananga, Buddha wood, Roman chamomile, these are all grounding, peaceful, calming oils. And they're all in a base of fractionated coconut oil. So you literally can give it to a small child. It's not going to hurt them. They can eat it if they want to. It won't taste good. They probably won't want to eat it, but they do like chewing on the bottles a little bit. I feel very confident in being able to hand even a small child a bottle of Calmer, and it makes everyone in the home very peaceful and happy, especially at bedtime. So our next oil is, I would say, an oil that I use regularly on my children. It's not just a case-by-case kind of a thing, but I'm constantly wanting to support their immune system. So this is going to be a oil that I would roll on the back, on their spine at night. So at night they lay down in their bed and they just pull up their little shirt, and on their back, I'll roll Stronger down their spine. And you know, my 6-year-old, he wants me to put Stronger on his bicep muscles because he believes, and I more power to him, that these oils will make him stronger. And so these oils this Stronger blend has cedarwood, litsea, frankincense, and rose, which is a very high vibration oil. And it will support their immune system very, very well. So if we ever have a little cough or a tickle or a tummy bug going on in our home, we'll roll those oils on their spine, and it will support their immune system, and it will help them avoid getting excessively sick. You know, they come home from school, they got a little something going on, roll the Stronger on a few times, and we're like good to go.
And I would say the other cool thing about this is that all of these, the reason that makes this selection of oils so cool is that they're diluted already with fractionated coconut oil. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about any skin sensitivity, right? So the kids can just grab them, they can put them on themselves, and they start to do it. Our kids have one of these collections in their room, and before they go to bed, they know, like if they have a cough, they know they can just put it on their feet. They can, you know, sometimes they'll put it on each other, and there's no concern, right? A lot of times when if you've ever purchased one of the, you know, regular 5 ml or 10 ml bottle, 15 or 10 ml bottles that doTERRA has, they're not diluted, right? So if you have sensitive skin, it could be wise to dilute it. These are pre-diluted. So it just makes it super easy, super safe to be able to use them.
I love it. Thank you. Okay, so the next one is Tamer, and this is for your tummy. So my kids just know, we got a tummy ache, we go with Tamer, tummy Tamer. So this is can help with motion sickness, and it can be, you know, I will just rub this depending on what we're experiencing. If we have diarrhea going on, I'll rub it in a motion that will support kind of stopping that excessive, you know, bowel hating. My computer's about to die, so I needed a charger. Thank you so much. Oh, that was right there. Cool. And then if we have constipation, if we need to use the bathroom, then we will roll it in the direction to get things moving. So it's a nice little lesson for them to know what's inside their tummy, how it works, which direction it's going, and it makes them feel amazing. We've got spearmint, which is again that mint. Mint is just so good for digestion. They chose spearmint and a Japanese peppermint because the Japanese peppermint is a little bit, it's more mild for a more sensitive stomach. That's why that is that way. See, for somebody like me, I'm like, give me the strong, I want that strong peppermint, undiluted, dump it down my throat. You know, it's not really necessary, but it's wonderful to use ginger and black pepper and parsley seed, again, in a base of already diluted coconut oil. So it's wonderful to have on hand. That's a game changer because kids are just, I think it's common, whether they have a tummy ache because of physical needs or even emotional concerns, and it gives them that tool. They know my tummy hurts. I've got this little oil in my little toolkit, and they feel empowered. And that's really what we're teaching here, is not that the parent has to be the one that has all the answers. They can use these oils on each other. And it's a special moment when you see them do that. So our next one is Rescuer. Now, as you saw the picture, 5 boys in my home, 6 if you count Kyle. We are constantly going. It's surfing, it's jumping off rocks, it's jumping off roofs, it's jumping into each other's faces. It's constant pain and fighting, and it's just how they are. So Rescuer, I would say Stronger and Rescuer are my top 2 for a house full of boys. Rescuer is the one when we've got any sort of bruising, muscle discomfort, aches and pains. Growing pains is another one. All of my family are over 6 feet, so I'm growing 6 foot tall boys, and their joints hurt. They get owies in their legs, you know, their bones are growing. And so these are just, it's a wonderful oil to have. It's got copaiba, which actually is a tree sap that comes from Brazil, used in lots of different pain remedies. We actually use copaiba individually for ourselves for pain and sleep, but copaiba, lavender, spearmint, and xanthocylum in a blend of coconut oil for them. It smells amazing. It's one of my favorite smells, actually. Love that one for pain. Now, Steady. As I mentioned, there's a lot of discussion online, in the news, and everywhere about all of the nervousness and anxiousness going on in the world. This Steady grounding blend offers a different version than our calmer blend. It's more of a balanced mood. It has more of the grounding tree oils in it, so you're getting a deep grounding Steady. And it's just a different smell. It's a nice complement to the calmer, but it is a different experience. Our bodies are not all the same, right? And so it's nice to be able to explore different options when we're looking to support different emotions. So this Steady comes, like I said, from trees, balsam fir, magnolia, which is a beautiful flower, very happy, loving emotion that comes from magnolia flower. And that is our Steady grounding blend. Now, Brave, this one makes me happy. I love this picture of this cute little future leader. I mean, we gotta be brave. I mean, the world, it's not easier. It's not slowing down for us. It's not like, oh, that's okay. Let me just make it easier for you. No, we just have to step it up sometimes, right? And to be able to teach these lessons to our children, to step into their power, to become more of who they are, right? And to give them just a little tool, a little tip, a little signal to their brain that goes right, like Kyle said, right to the amygdala, right to that power center that supports their emotions, that supports their feelings about being brave. We get to choose how we show up. And there are many times where I don't feel courageous. I get to become courageous, right? It's an experience of becoming courageous, of becoming confident. These are skills that are taught. So when I use these tools to give them energy and invigorate their senses with positive affirmations in stressful situations, for example, my son the other day kept saying, I'm not good at math. And I'm just, every time I'm like, cancel. Those words are not allowed in my home. I understand where you're coming from, but this is not the place that we come from. So we use Brave, we use these triggering oils to support our positive affirmations, and it creates a very confident, courageous atmosphere.
I think one of the things that I would add to that is that, these aren't like really cute, fun names and colors and branding, and that's why they work, right? We're kind of giving you an intro to all of this a little bit, but Wild Orange the chemical makeup of wild orange, the compounds that are in wild orange, are some of the same compounds that are used in antidepressants, right? So I just want you to understand that, like, God didn't put us on the earth without medicine, right? These plants have been around for a long time. Pharmaceutical companies take the plants, isolate compounds in the plants, then they recreate synthetic pieces of them and give them a name and a brand, right? So they can sell them. These plants have been having an impact on people's mental and emotional health for a long, long time. So the reason why that oil is called Brave is because the way that the wild orange, the way that cinnamon, the way that these oils interact with your brain chemistry, it's what creates those feelings. So when you are nervous, it's why people do things before they go on stage, right? If you're like super, super nervous, there are actually things you can do emotionally to change that. And so I just think it's really important, if you love the science of all this, which I do, because it kind of helps you tie together, this cute picture of an oil with like actually what's going on in our body. You can look at all of the science that is around those oils in each of the blends, and how it's actually, really serving your kids or yourself.
That is beautiful. Thank you. I love how you brought up the wild orange, for example, and all of those compounds in wild orange, and how that is, scientists in pharmaceutical companies know that. They've isolated those chemicals. They do know, oh yeah, this is the one that helps the brain do this. Let's make an antidepressant medication out of this chemical compound. And wild orange is over here like, yeah, I know it works. I am wild orange. I have all these compounds. They were already put in me. Let's use the whole plant, the whole flower, the whole oil in all of our bodies to support these confidence boosting reactions. Very cool. Okay. So thank you for that, Kyle. I love your input. It really brings like a whole full picture to our group today. So moving on, it's very important, and Queen will agree with this. Maybe I'll have you just talk a little bit about nutrition, foundational health, things like that. What's going on in our children's bodies today, and why they need essential fatty acids, all of that. Why are we using these products for our children?
Absolutely. Well, I don't have any babies, so I get to live vicariously through all of you all who do. However, I do take the oils. I do use the oils, and I support my system with using our lifelong vitality vitamins, which are the adult version of the ones that you're seeing here. But none of that matters if I'm eating McDonald's every day. Like, I'm shooting myself, I'm cutting off my nose, as the older people say, I'm cutting off my nose to spite my face. So it's super important that, in addition to helping the oils get into our bloodstream, that our bloodstream is clear enough for the oils to even be able to get into. So if I'm feeding my child because I don't know how to cook, so if McDonald's and Burger King and when we have a great day, KFC is feeding my child, then their blood becomes thick and they can't absorb what they need to, because I haven't put the correct nutrition in my child. And so when I decide that I want the healthiest version of my child, I want them to be able to show up as the smartest version of them, as the healthiest emotional version of them. Many of our children have been with us when we have gone through divorce. They've gone through all types of major traumatic things. And so their bodies have all types of emotional impact stuck inside of them. So when we're able to support them by shifting their eating habits over to something that's super, super healthy for them, we're not chalking them full of foods that don't build their body up. Then when they take the oils, when they take these herbs and all of these supplements, it then is easily able to be absorbed, and you start seeing a much quicker result out of the child, because now it's like, oh, mom, hey, can I wash some dishes? Can I clean my room? And you're like, whose child are you? Can I keep you? And what happened to the other one? So yeah, I do this myself. So we're sharing with you what we actually do ourselves. And I have seen such a complete shift in everything with me. I'm in the process of dropping more pounds. So I use some of the compounds that we have for that. When I was a child, if somebody had just shared some of the oils that we have that are even good for children, it would have been an easier transition for me. I wouldn't have carried that weight into adulthood. So this is the wonderful thing here, is that not only do we have the oils, we've got the supplements so that our children will be able to be completely balanced as they are growing, and then as they are improving in the foods that they eat as well.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for that. And I'll just say from my perspective as a mom with 5 boys, whether I'm, I feel like I have good days and not so good days. Some days we're like, oh, it's all a home cooked, beautiful meal. And I'm like mother of the year. And then the next day I'm like, I don't know. Can you find some crackers or something? I'm done. I'm done with this. I can't do this all the time. This is ridiculous. And on all of those days, I do feel confident in knowing that I am giving them really, really good vitamins, not gummy, crappy vitamins. Please don't give your kids that. It's like sugary garbage. Give them something that their body's going to absorb. If they eat nothing else except for that and some good chewable vitamins and some omegas, it's at least pointing the needle in the right direction. And so I just feel like as a mom, there's so many opportunities for us to feel guilty about how we are or aren't taking care of them, what we are doing, what we aren't doing, and I love, at the end of the night when we've had a good day, and I'll give my children one of these little PB Assist Junior packets. Now, these PB Assist Junior, this is a probiotic for your children. And I actually like them because I don't eat sugar, but sometimes I want a little sweet treat. And I will take one of these, and I swear it curbs my sugar craving. It's just amazing. It tastes like a pixie stick. It tastes exactly like a pixie stick. So you can put it in water if you want, but I prefer to just rip off the top and just pop it down the hatch. One time Kyle actually took this, and it was so delicious, he thought he should take like 5 because he likes candy, and it made him a little sick. It hurt your tummy a little bit, right? But anyway, he learned his lesson. I think we're at a 2 maximum in our family, but my kids love PB Assist Junior. It provides 5 billion live cells of 6 strains of friendly flora. So it's supporting the health of your GI tract, particularly the intestines and the colon. So it helps support that optimal metabolism and absorption of nutrients. And your kids think you're giving them candy, and you're not. So you feel kind of cool because they like it, but you're giving them these. You've got your chewable tablets, your PB Assist Juniors, which is helping their vitamin and mineral absorption and the repairing of their gut lining. And then you've got your IQ Omega, which is a essential fatty acid. I put this in their smoothies a lot. One time I tried to make them take a spoonful of it, and they were not, I'll be honest, they were like disgusted with taking a big spoonful of thick oil. But I put it in their smoothies. It has a wild orange flavor, and they loved it. So we put it in juice or smoothies, and it gives their bones, their cartilage, their brain, all of those essential fatty acids that our bodies need. And we are not getting those essential fatty acids from most of the foods that most Americans eat. So yeah. I love those. Kyle, you have a comment for that?
Yeah, I was going to say, our gut health, something that I didn't know before we kind of got into this, whole journey with doTERRA was the importance of your gut health. Right. I think they say that, I don't know the exact percentage, but you can Google it. I think it's like 70 or 80% of all disease starts in the gut. And the thing that we constantly are battling in our form of healthcare is the things that we put into our gut that destroy it. Right. Antibiotics destroy your gut. Right. And there's a lot of these things that really wreak havoc on your gut. And so when you talk about foundational nutrition, like Queen was talking about, you have to talk about starting to repair your gut first. One of our sons has a lot of digestive issues. And so we've been eliminating different foods, and at the same time, really supporting his gut. And so anyway, just, the PB Assist, it's like a pixie stick. And that is true. I did have 5 of them one day, and I learned my lesson. So.
Thank you, babe. All right. So in finishing up here, and I would love to answer some of the questions and thoughts that you guys are having, but we call this the Queen's Kids Collection. So this is all of the oils that we showed you today. You have 7 unique roller bottles. So it makes it very easy. And it comes in a carrying case that my kids love. And they all have little toppers on them with little carabiners so they can hook it to their backpack or their pocket or just kind of carry it around. It brings your children into the experience of healing their own bodies. And it actually has little flashcards. So depending on how old your kids are, this is really fun for the little ones. My 4-year-old, I was almost going to say 2 and 4-year-old, now they're 4 and 6. But ever since they were about 2 and 4, when this came out, they would carry around the little flashcard, and each flashcard corresponds with the oil that it goes with. And the little flashcards have like the name of it. So they're learning about their body. For those of you that are now homeschooling, oh wait, that's all of us, right? So we're homeschooling our children now. We're teaching them about whatever we want to teach them about. And I would love the opportunity to show you how to teach your children about their body using some color. We will learn colors. We will learn about body systems. We'll learn about the healthy way to process emotions. We can learn about different parts of our body and how it relates to healing and what parts we can do and what parts we need to ask questions about. So I just love this collection. It has made a world of difference in my home. My children love it. Even my husband loves it. And there's a scientific reason for all of these things. I hope you've learned a lot about how you can use individual oils. All of these oils are meant to be used aromatically and topically. None of these oils actually are for internal use. They're just, not that you couldn't ingest them, it's just not really how we want our children to start using oils. It's a journey, right? And we want them to feel confident and comfortable in using the oils just on around their skin. This collection also includes the A to Z chewable vitamins. And you could call them kids vitamins, but to be honest, I eat these vitamins every day. I like them. Like I said, I don't eat sugar, but I'll pop a couple of kids chewable vitamins in the afternoon when I'm having that after lunch sugar craving. And it makes me feel amazing. And I love it. The IQ Mega, like I said, goes in our smoothies, goes in our juices. I know that I'm feeding my kids' brain because it's giving them those essential fatty acids that the brain actually needs to function better. And because Kyle and I love Pixie Sticks so much, we actually want to give you the PB Assist Junior from our own collection. So anybody who wants to get started with the Queen collection this afternoon, we will personally send you a box of the PB Assist Junior to help you start repairing your own gut, your children's gut, and experience a little sweet treat in your afternoon. So we also want to move on. I want to teach you something else real quickly. We have a few more minutes left. It's very, very important to me. Let me take you back to the beginning for me. So 11 years ago, I started learning about essential oils, and it was through one of my friends, just like this. Like one of my friends just said, hey, jump on this thing. Let's learn about oils together. And I was brand new. I had no idea. And I decided that, I really wanted to learn. I was curious. I'm like, what else don't I know? Gosh, what is all this, And so now here I am with Kyle, 11 years later, we meet up with Queen. We're like, there is so much knowledge for everybody to know. So we never want the lack of education to be the reason why you wouldn't use an essential oil or a really, really good foundational nutritional product. So we actually have provided all of the education for you for free. So you don't pay for any more education. All you do is you get the oils, and then we open up this whole world, this searchable database for you. We have a beautiful customers area where you can just log in to our members area and you can type in any health challenge, anything you're curious about, and it'll pop up for you. It'll give you experiences and testimonials. It'll show you, give exact protocols, which to use, how to use it, all of that. And we actually have an essential oils masterclass. If you're interested in it, no pressure. I know sometimes parents are like, don't give me anything else to do on my to-do list, but it's there for you. So when you're like, hiding from the kids in your closet, or you're sitting on the toilet scrolling social media, you could actually, hide in your closet and scroll through information about essential oils and come out of that ready to give better, information to your family. So we have a beautiful customers area with health programs and a searchable database. And it's just, we talk about cleansing. Oh, this is the specific stuff about it. I was talking about all of it together. But as you get to know essential oils, I promise you're going to want to dive deeper. You're going to want to know how to use them to clean your house, how to support, just your own women's health, your own sleep and stress. And we've created all of these health programs to guide you through each of these areas of your health. So we give that all to you for free. We also have an amazing Facebook community. We have one for our group. There's, I think, about 8,000 people in it. So sometimes when I have a question about essential oils, I will ask in my own Facebook community, because there are doctors, health professionals, health coaches, moms, dads, veterinarians, anybody in there. And I know Queen has an exclusive Facebook group as well, where she teaches more of her methods and her ways and brings in all of her cooking and all of her knowledge and brings it to you as well. So you've got some beautiful community education at your fingertips. And we love to share that with you. So finishing up here, how you get started, our kids collection with a 30-day supply of the children's vitamins and the IQ Mega with a free doTERRA membership also. A doTERRA membership does not mean you're obligated to buy more or sell anything at all. We just want you to get the very best price. So we included it in there. You get a 25% discount on all products from doTERRA for the rest of the year. It's a no-brainer. It makes tons of sense. So you get that whole collection. Plus, I will send you the free PB Assist Junior. So that's just $179.50 today. And I hope you'll feel called and empowered to use these oils in your home and see how it opens up a journey for you and all of your future generations to make better decisions and to become empowered individuals. So Queen, I'll let you finish us up this afternoon, and thank you so much for all of you for being on. It's truly my honor to be able to share this information from one mother to many mothers. Thank you.
Well, Kirsten and Kyle, I appreciate you all so very, very much. Kirsten and Kyle actually live in Hawaii, so we usually have at least a 6-hour differential. Right now, they're in Utah hanging out with their parents, which is amazing. And so these are the things. There is a psalm that says, a wise parent leaves an inheritance for their children. And see, one of the things that we do, we think that that's all about money. But if your health is wrecked, starting from your childhood, you carry that into your adulthood. So being able to make this investment, and then thank you so much, because I didn't know you all were going to do the PB Assist. That's absolutely awesome. So being able to share this with your children, and Kirsten, I couldn't think of anybody else better to do the presentation. She is sane. She and Kyle are sane, and they have 5 children from the age of 4 to the age of 12. So we're not talking grown children. These children are still in the house, fully functioning. And look at her, she looks sane. So I was like, oh yeah, you do this one, because nah, if I have an aunt, it's too much in my house, making sure, they've got like 5 individual personalities running around rampant and free. So thank you all so much. If you don't know who invited you, you just saw it on social media, reach out to me. All of you all have my number because you text me to get the link, and I'll connect you with whoever it is that invited you, because much of my team, you saw theirs as well as you saw mine with the flyer that went up, and I want to be able to connect you with whoever reached out to you. So if you know you want to purchase this and to get your free PB Assist Junior for the children, if you have grandchildren as well, this is an amazing gift for them. And so all of this is going to be pure. So we're not then infecting our children, because like she was saying, the gummies, I grew up on these gummy things, and I don't know that they did anything but taste good. But as I got older and found out, okay, I don't eat pork, but those are made of gelatin, so I'm eating pork. You know, it just really wakes you up. So please take my number down if you don't still have it, 770-861-9906. 770-861-9906. It's also in the chat. I just put it up. It's the same number that you text in order to get in here. If you're ready to move forward, and I will be following up with all of you all. I see those of you all that are texting me now and are saying, I want mine, I want mine. I promise I'm going to reach out to you first so I can get you taken care of. But do you see how beautiful this is? This is what I call a divine setup. This is what I call an absolute divine setup. So now you have a tool where you can not only take care of your child, you're teaching your child how to take care of themselves. So once school is back in, if you decide that you want to send your children back, many of you have wanted forever to be homeschool moms and homeschool dads. However, the opportunity never showed up. Well, what did the universe say? Bam! You asked for it, you got it. So many of you have said, I love this experience. Several of the ladies that are on my team and the gentlemen that are on my team are on the call now, and they're like, I love this homeschool thing. So now this gives you an opportunity. You can incorporate this into your anatomy classes, incorporate this into your science classes, everything you're teaching your children. So in about 3 weeks, we are going to do a full, again, free presentation that teaches you how to homeschool your children and build a stream of income to take care of them while you're working from home. So if that's not beautiful, I don't know what is. So if you go ahead and order it now, we'll be able to get the kit out to you. By the time we teach you how to do this as a stream of income, you'll already have the oils and you'll see how effective they are in working with your own children. I know if you're a mother and you're a father, you know other parents who would absolutely love to get off of their jobs and be able to teach their own children, put their morals, their character, their integrity into their children, instead of for 8 hours a day giving your child to somebody else who has an agenda that may not be yours. So please text me as well if you know that that's something you're interested in too. And once we decide the date, I'll make sure that I reach out to you so that you can come in and take full advantage. Now, let me show you something so you can get excited. I practice what we preach. So all of those little flashcards, I got them too. I have 3 sets of these, and every day you should see me. I'm going through like, this is eucalyptus, and then I'm reading it because I want to keep my brain constantly functioning. I'm 50. Most people can't tell it, but in me being 50, I'm using these oils. Baby, my brain is on fleek. My students, we're going to start a class tonight at midnight. And so I'm teaching from midnight. We're taking a 2-hour break, and it's going to end at noon tomorrow. Yes, I'm teaching 10 hours straight. And so my students are getting ready to go into a deep, deep teaching on alchemy. They are over the moon. Out of 20 students, 1 said, no, I don't think I want to do midnight. And then she was like, okay, whatever. They're all on the oils, and their brains are just, the creativity. You're seeing, if you're one of my Facebook friends or my Instagram friends, they are doing, you're seeing the water compounds that they're doing, and you're seeing the infused waters. Well, they are using doTERRA oils in those infused waters. And so they're doing the different compounds, spicy, non-spicy. They're doing them by the chakras. So this is not just for your children, because how do you then give this to your children and then you're not doing it for yourself? So it's like, well, mommy, I want you here longer. You've helped me to get better. I need you here longer. So we've got kits for you too. And that's why I want to connect you with whoever it is you spoke to first. So please, if you've enjoyed this, reach out to me. If you're not able to do it today, reach out and tell me, Queen, I definitely want to do it. I need to do it Monday, so we can make sure that we've got the kits, we've got enough PB Assist, we've got you taken care of. So I appreciate you coming out on a Saturday. You could be at the club, yeah, on quarantine. You could be doing a million other things, but you came out. Kyle, it was so awesome hearing you on, because you brought about that beautiful masculine balance. My fiance is actually going to be working very closely with Kyle, because it's important that we bring a balance about. And so one of the things that we find in ourselves as women, even if we're single, we need to be able to balance ourselves so we can raise our vibration, attract into our lives the kings that can actually support our visions, so that we can have children that we can give these oils to. And some of them come with amazing children. Here are the oils. Fix your child. Yay! So thank you so much again. 770-861-9906, 770-861-9906. Please reach out to me, and my phone is blowing up. I love it. I promise I'll reach out to each and every one of you all. This has been recorded, so within the next 24 hours, I will be putting it up so that you'll be able to listen to it again. This was a lot of great information. Go back, listen again, so that you can make the very best decision for your children. Kirsten and Kyle, did you all have anything else?
No, thank you. This is beautiful. Love so much.
Awesome.
Love you. Take care.
Oh, good. Okay, Marlene took a lot of notes. I'm so glad. Thank you all for coming out. At least once a month, we're going to be doing different types of presentations, and they're always free, because we want you to get the information. If you know after hearing today that you're ready to make a move, that this is a stream of income that you would love to tap into, reach out to me. I want to help you. I want to show you. I want to help to bring you into your greatness. 770-861-9906. Just shoot me a text, because my phone is lit ablaze. And so I'll be calling everybody back, but I am so grateful for you. So you all have a great and prosperous evening. Shimmy M. Hetapu.
Bye.
Bye.